Good morning, Holt Junior High Learning Community. Mr. Knighton here. Happy Friday. Let's go ahead and jump right into this week's announcements. As always, we want to kick off with our word. My humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together. Again, our humanity is bound up in one another's, for we can only be human together. All right, Inspiring Heart Award. No, I did not make a mistake. I'll tell you a quick story as to why there's two pictures here. Same picture, I just could not figure out how to get it to all show up inside of this circle on the actual Inspiring Heart Award image. So I wanted to add it to the side because I wanted to make sure that everybody was included. So again, thank you, Mrs. Polo, for passing this Inspiring Heart Award on to our amazing food service crew here at Holt Junior High School. So here you have everybody in the image. It's an amazing crew under the leadership of Miss Carissa here. So we appreciate y'all so much, and I'm just so glad that Mrs. Polo now passed it on to you, and I'm really interested to see where your group decides to pass it on next. So thank you so much for your service and all that you do for our learning community. Faces around the junior high. We've got, let's see here, some drama club going on here on the bottom. I popped into Mrs. O's math class the other day. They're getting ready to take a unit test, and they were doing a really fun review activity, which had students out of their seat, and they were engaged in small groups. And I just thought that was really fascinating. In all my years, because I'm getting older, but in all my years, I have never seen so much joy around a learning review, a unit review to get ready for an assessment. And Mrs. O shared with us that they play games and they do similar activities for all of their reviews. So I'm old school. I still remember getting a packet, or you sat and you took notes. That was your review. Not in Mrs. O's class. Students are up and out of their seat, moving around, working in small groups. It was just really fascinating to see. Big shout out to Ms. Davis. She is one of our school counselors here. She meets with a group of students every week, and they made breakfast the other day. So the whole entire office area smelled like pancakes. She did a really good job. I actually tried some, and I made sure I interviewed all the students on their way out just to make sure that the pancakes were really, truly that good, and they all agreed and said yes, they were amazing. So shout out to Ms. Davis and all of her service that she is doing here, and for just inspiring students and for creating those spaces where they feel comfortable. And lastly, we had a field trip this week out to the MSU, the Broad Art Museum. Mrs. Brimley and Mrs. CB and Miss Rosendahl went out there too. Just fun experience, great exposure for our students. So thank you again, all of our clubs and Ms. Davis and CB and Mrs. Brimley and our students. Just thank you for what you bring to our space. All right, semester one field trip. I talked about this last week. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but starting last week on the 10th and running all the way until the 16th, there are some requirements that students need to meet in order to attend the semester one field trip, which will take place on January 28th. We're taking our 7th graders to Fun City and our 8th graders to High Caliber. However, to attend, you must be passing 4 out of your 6 classes. You must have 10 or less tardies, no suspensions, and 5 or fewer detentions. There is a cost involved of $35. If this becomes a burden in any way, shape, or form, please reach out to us. Just as long as your student is passing all of the requirements, and if the $35 is a burden, we are going to figure out a way to get your student there. So really excited for the semester one field trip. We're hoping that it's the incentive that'll help shift some behaviors, specifically around tardies. We got to get to class on time. Speaking of that, families, we need your help. It's important to be on time. Students can arrive here in the building between 7 and 7:30, and that is when our day starts, is at 7:30. So being on time is really important. It helps us, it helps your student start the day calmly and confidently. When you're in class on time, you're receiving important instructional time. You're building strong habits and responsibility, and then you're avoiding disruptions. Our school day, again, it starts at 7:30. We're seeing a lot more students coming in 7:40, 7:45, 7:50 later on in the day. I did send out an email. It was on Wednesday. If there are any needs that you have, or if there's questions that you have, please reach out to our two student support coordinators, Mrs. Baker and Mrs. Vasilian. We're here to help. No, unfortunately, we can't come drive to you and pick your student up. I wish we could, but we're not able to do that. But we need you guys' help in ensuring that your student is here on time. The day starts at 7:30. So when that bell rings, the expectation is that your student is in the classroom, in their seat, ready to learn. So we really appreciate your support. We need it. We just want to make sure that we are doing all that we can do here to set your student up for success, but there's also a little bit that we need from you in order to make that happen. All right, our junior high drama club, let's see if I can make this a little smaller. They are selling merchandise. The proceeds go directly back into our drama club. Our drama club is something amazing. And if you know anything about what we put on in the spring, our spring musicals are just something truly, truly, truly special. I know this weekend and last weekend, the high school is doing Mean Girls, the musical. And we've got a secret musical coming up that we'll announce at some point very soon in the spring. So just your purchase, not only is it a cool way to decorate yourself in some Holt Junior High merchandise, but it also puts money back into a very special club that makes this building such a unique and special place to be. And then what the drama club and our theater department, what they're able to give back to the community by way of the musical is just truly something special. So if you click on either one of these in the slides, there's a form link here, or if you just click on any of this image right here, it'll take you directly to that form. So please help support our drama club. Thanksgiving food drive that is going on until today. So today's the last day to get items in. So we really appreciate items that have come in. And if you're so inclined to send anything after you see this video, please feel free to do so too. Next week, we have A and B schedule. Keep in mind that next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we do not have school. It's Thanksgiving break. Again, next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have no school for Thanksgiving break. Variety show. I cannot wait. That's scheduled for the end of December, right before we go on winter break. So the variety show tryouts, so the variety show auditions. I guess there were so many people that came out, they didn't even need to hold another day of auditions. So yesterday's auditions were canceled just because there were so many people that ended up coming out the first day. So that's really exciting. Gaming club. We have gaming club today, and then improv workshop. I just like that image, which is why I kept that up. It's just super cool. But that actually ended last week. But it's just so neat watching the students get involved in the arts. It's just so inspiring to see all of the skill and the talent that we have here. Staff emails. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out. Let's see here. Keep in mind, November's wrapping up. Thanksgiving break is next week. Junior high clubs and activities. If you ever have questions about what we got going on, club-wise, athletic-wise, things of that nature, come check this out. And lastly, I want to end on this word, which is from Henry David Thoreau. If one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. Again, if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. Just thought that was really neat, that if you are pursuing what you believe, if you're chasing after your dreams, if you're making that your pursuit every single day, you're going to begin to feel that success. You're going to be able to see it. That's powerful and it's so profound. And I like to think that what we do here at the junior high school is to kind of help build some guardrails that help guide your students in life to be able to get to those places where they need to be. So again, as always, just thank you for watching these videos. Thank you for sending your students to us. We appreciate your trust. We're always looking to grow. We're always chasing after our dreams. There's just something really special about being able to do that in unison with your student as well as with you. So have a blessed and amazing weekend. We'll see you next week. Much love.